Hello, my friends on YouTube. Today is the 10th of November 2024. President Trump won the election, and that's something to be grateful for because things is going to change to the better. Today's video is the Islam and the invasion of the Netherlands. About a couple of days ago, there was a soccer game between an Israeli team and I think it was Holland playing the Israeli in Amsterdam. Anyway, that's not the issue. Who was playing? There was an Israeli team playing. And Europe really, they love soccer, and Africa loves soccer, and Egypt and the whole region. It's like the main sport there. And oftentimes, when your team is playing, people travel to watch the team playing. That's normal. I remember even in 1972, some Israeli sportsmen were killed by the Palestinian Intifada or revolution or whatever you call them. Anyway, that's very similar. Not exactly the same, but the mentality is similar. And when I say the mentality here is because there is culture. Each group of people inherit certain culture, and at certain point, you and I become that culture. I give you an example. For example, a country like Iceland, it's mainly, most of the people in Iceland are atheist. Nonetheless, if you go to visit Iceland, people are living a really peaceful life. They don't hurt. Of course, there are exceptions that somebody may do something stupid, but this is like, it's not the norm in Iceland. People are living their life in peace. They try to enjoy their life. Whereas if you go to a country like Iran or North Korea or even China until now, there's certain different culture. Like China, let me speak of North Korea is better. People don't trust their neighbor. Not only that, they don't trust their family members. Because sometimes actually family members, they will turn you in to get a better position, job, or so. It's terrible. And that became the culture in many countries. Islamic countries also inherited certain culture. And the culture, it's like what you do day to day. And normally this is gained or you get it by the moral standard you learn from home and school. So if the moral standard tells you stealing is okay, invading is okay, taking somebody else's wife as a prize because you conquered this land is okay, then when you go and attack another country and claim their money, claim their land, kill the men, violate the women, the wives sexually, this is okay because this is our religion and our culture, and that's okay. And at certain point, maybe in the beginning of Islam, actually, the first believer, they felt violation when they were doing that, and they went to the Prophet of Allah, may the blessing of Allah be upon him. Like in one of his invasions, they captured the men, but they were not killed. And they felt embarrassed to start to have sex with these women where their husband is still sitting seeing his wife violated. So they were in doubt. So they went to the Prophet of Allah, may the blessing of Allah be upon him, and they told him, we feel uneasy in that situation because the husband's still there. And he gave them the Quranic verse. It's okay, now it's your prize, go ahead, enjoy. And that became the culture. The hate, to hate the Jews, to hate the Christian, he didn't even give them the name Christian, he gave them a name called Nasara. Anyway, that became the culture. So apply the culture that it was inherited 1400 years ago to today. So you have a person who is Holland and Europe opened the door for these people when they were persecuted by ISIS, and they didn't like that, and they ran for safety and freedom in Europe. And now that they enjoy this safety and freedom, I'm not saying the Israeli people, young people who went to Holland did correct or right what they have done, because as I see in these videos, some young kids, they started to pull Palestinian flag that was hanging on windows in the second floor, and they managed to reach up and pull that Palestinian flag down. Whether the person living in this apartment is Palestinian or not is not the issue. Maybe he is from Holland, but he is sympathized with the Palestinians and he is hanging the flag. I don't know. But the fact is, that's not your property. Okay? Even if you disagree with it, you have no right to touch it. You have no right to destroy it. Okay? You could complain about it. You could do whatever, go to court, but you have no right to touch it. Okay, this happened, but the punishment to that's what I would like to talk about. But again, it's a punishment that it reflects the culture that we have inherited from this tradition 1400 years ago. They kept beating kids, young people, kicking until they lost conscience. I hope nobody dies. Young kids, they kept beating them. They saw some of them in the river. And I mean, it's cold. It's Europe. And I heard the guy was telling him, I will pull you out only when you see free Palestine. I mean, other than terrorism, what name do you want to give it? Doesn't have to be using weapon. That cold water is the weapon, because he can die he can drown. Anyway, and the kicking and the police to control the whole situation. Now, why is this happening? We have Quranic verses, we have hadith, we have many things, tradition that we have inherited from the founder 1400 years ago, that it actually commands us to do these things. Okay, for example, we have a Quranic verse, couple of them. Okay, that's in Quran chapter Muhammad, which is 47, verse 35. It says, so do not falter or cry for peace. It means here, what he is saying is, don't request peace from your opponent or your enemy if you have the upper hand. If you are beating him, controlling him, subjugating him, don't ask for peace treatment at this time. Call for total surrender or kill him and get rid of him. But if the opposite, then yeah, you can call for peace. The other one, I will find it, just clicked my head. وإن جنحوا للسلم فاجنح لها. It means if they are in stress or in pain and they are calling, okay, we will agree to all of your conditions. Okay, anything you say at this time, you can let go. You can stop beating them. At this moment, you can agree to have a treaty with them. Other than that, no. So, when a person is totally one with this idea, and he sees a person who is a Jew, because especially there's so much animosity between, since 1400 years ago, it was encouraged to hate them and kill them and some words I don't want to use because I don't want to get a strike, but actually there are Quranic verses so anti-Jews. Okay, you can, if you want, you can search them. Also, I'm sorry. We have hadith, and in this hadith they say it's not strong hadith, it's weak. Strong or weak, that's not my problem. If it's not good, throw it to the garbage. Okay? And in this hadith, it's the Prophet of Allah says, I came to you here is the people of Quraysh, his own people. I came to you with, you get it? I don't want to say it, but I'm going to put, actually I couldn't find that in English, but Google allows you to do automatic translation. I'm going to translate it by Google and send it to you in the description box. Okay? When this is your culture and you see a person, an Israeli person in Holland, especially when you have a reason, you saw him destroying a flag. And in one of these videos, one of these guys, he was telling him, give me your money. And the reason here is the invasion 1400 years ago. When you go to invade a village or a town or a country, what do you do there when you invade? What do? You claim their land, you claim their wealth, you claim their women, and the boys, you take them as slaves. So he was asking him, give me your money. I am now doing jihad, and because I'm doing jihad, I am subjugating you now. I'm entitled to take your money. Give me your money. The money. Now, I call this the invasion of Holland. Why? Because the Prophet of Allah, may the blessing of Allah be upon him, he conducted many invasions. And walking in his footsteps, applying the same nonsense, October 7th, 2023, there was an invasion called Tufan al-Aqsa, meaning the flood, or it's hard. You have to know the culture to mean it. The word is Tufan, but it's like, gosh. Yes, the word is like a flood, but a flood coming with total destruction. Okay, Al-Aqsa Mosque is the mosque in Jerusalem, that it was built by the Muslim. Okay. So my question to these people, had any one of you thought of the consequence that might happen after you invade another land? Because you are not living in the 7th century, 1400 years ago, and you go and invade a small village here and there and control it quickly, and it's like a blitz. You do it quickly and go home. No. This is a country, one of the strongest country in the region. Okay? Have you thought of the consequences? No. The people who had done that couple of days ago in Amsterdam, have you thought what you did? Yes, you beaten up few Israeli, I could call them stupid for what they have done. But have you, your action, have you thought of the consequences? Had the people who, Yahya Sinwar and all these crazy guys, what they had done about a year ago, had they calculated the reaction of a country like Israel on them? No. Why I'm saying that? Because yesterday I found an article on BBC Arabic. I found it also in English. I'm going to put it in the description box. And the religious authority in Gaza now coming out and saying that the invasion, Al-Aqsa invasion, or Tufan Al-Aqsa invasion, was non-Islamic. Really? It took you a year to decide that. And I'm saying decide, I'm choosing the word decide. No. According to your teaching, you are asking for armistice. According to the words that you have as a culture, you are asking for armistice. You can't do anything. So you are eating shift. And therefore, you have to call for armistice. You are calling it non-Islamic. Really? Are you calling it because not Islamic, or because you see no hope for you to advance or do any progress? And you'll keep taking, beating, until this country, this city Gaza, will be no more. And I'm very sure that Israel will respond. It's not that I want them to respond and do more of what's happening, but how can you deal with these people? People that they invade they enter homes, kill men, rape women, take people prisoners of war and destroy and everybody was happy. I saw people congratulating them. And now, because you can't do anything, you are issuing Islamic decree that this was not Islamic. It was. People are not stupid. You are coming after more than 1 year to say it's not Islamic because you are eating shift. And there is no way out. Do you think Israel doesn't know your game? Doesn't know your religion? It does. It does. So, the invasion of Al-Aqsa, October 7, the invasion of Amsterdam or Holland a couple of days ago. 1400 years ago, you didn't have to worry about the invasion. What kind of invasion and the consequence will be, because your army was the Islamic army was so powerful that not so many people can stand against it. And you are going to a small village or a small town and controlling it. But now that's a strong country, and you are dealing with it as it was one of these small villages in Arabia 1400 years ago. You go in 2 hours, you conquer, you kill the men and have sex with the women, take them with you as sex slaves, and we're back. No. Do you think Netanyahu will let this pass? Not only that, Europe, do you think Europe now will be sympathized with you? They opened the door for you when you were in pain, when you were threatened. And this, how you respond. What do you think they will do? What do you think? You didn't think. You didn't calculate. See the consequences now from the people who were even sympathized with the Palestinians in Europe. They are all turning against them because they can see your culture. They can see what is to come. They can see clearly what you substantiated from your teaching. We thank you very much, and we hope to hear from you. Please share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much.